All right. So I think we're in a good place to get started. So Jessica, do you want to start the recording and get us live on Twitter, and then I can get started? All right. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Adnan Syed. I'm the director for the Talent Accelerators. And welcome to the Tech Talent Accelerators ExperienceTech information session. As a housekeeping rule, please keep your mics and videos turned off for the duration of the presentation. And then we will be looking to try and get through our presentation in one shot, and then we'll open the time for Q&A with all of you, and we'll have instructions on screen for how you can ask questions to us. And just wanting you to be aware, we built in quite a bit of time. We are here till 1:30, and this presentation won't take us longer than about 20 minutes to get through. So we do want to give you a lot of time to ask us any clarification questions about the program after that. So with that, I want to get started. So I just want to acknowledge that this program is a partnership with CompTIA, which is the largest IT tech industry association in the world. It's out of the US, but it's in 14 different countries, and we're working with the Canadian chapter. And I also want to acknowledge the government of Ontario that's provided funding for us to be able to deliver this program at Ryerson University. So to start with that, then we'll do a land acknowledgement. So just in terms of Toronto is in the dish with one spoon territory. The dish with one spoon is a treaty between the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas, and Haudenosaunee that bound them to share the treaty and protect the land. Subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, Europeans, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. So with that, we'll get started with the agenda. So again, it will be an overview of the Tech Talent Accelerator, and then we'll really get into the nuts and bolts of how the ExperienceTech training and placement program works and what the application process looks like. Sorry, it does say 1 p.m. here for Q&A. No, we won't last in the presentation till 1 p.m. We'll be done by about 12:30, 12:40 max. And then we'll have an ample amount of time to answer your questions. So please, as we get started, if you can please take a moment in the chat function. I'd like to know what program you're in at Ryerson University and what year you're in the program. So it'd be great to find out who's in the audience and where you're coming from. Thank you so much. So just to tell you a bit about what the Tech Talent Accelerator is. So the Tech Talent Accelerator is a industry designed program, a training program through which we want to launch the next generation of industry ready talent, specifically for the Canadian IT tech sector. We run 2 activities, as you see in the 2 red bubbles you see on the PowerPoint. So we run Explore Tech and ExperienceTech. So our information session today is primarily about ExperienceTech, but just to make you aware that our Explore Tech activities are really meant for you, the students, while you're students here at Ryerson, to get familiar with what the IT tech industry is about. And how we do this is we provide seminars on a monthly basis, and we record these. So these are also on our website at the moment. So we invite leaders from the IT tech industry here in Canada, and we have them present a topic of interest for the students. So you start understanding the jargon the industry uses, the insights they have for new talent for you to be able to get into the IT tech industry. So I strongly request you to consider seeing the previous innovation sessions that we've held, and also starting September again, we'll run another series of about 10 seminars. So please join our LinkedIn page where we'll post these events on a regular basis, and consider attending. They're free and open to everybody here at Ryerson. Another activity that we do in the ExperienceTech is called Hack Tech. So it's a yearly hackathon. We did our first one in February, which was focused on the sustainability focused on sustainability in the IT tech sector. The next one it will be in February of 2022. So if you're interested in such activities, they will be open to all students at Ryerson. So please look out for that too. And again, the best place for you to communicate, for you to know about our activities is through our LinkedIn page. We post everything there first, and then we promote it through other mechanisms. And just to again highlight the full fact, you can be in a graduate program or an undergraduate program, and you can engage in our ExperienceTech activities. So the ExperienceTech program, so this is the program we'll get into quite a bit of detail about, but to start off, just minimal in terms of eligibility and who this for. The ExperienceTech program is for final year students at Ryerson. And I'll get into the details of who's considered final year and when and all of that. And the idea of the ExperienceTech placement program is that we want to make you the talent industry ready. And how we do that is through a set of industry developed training modules. I'll highlight a few of the topics that we cover in another slide. And then also through our partnership with CompTIA, we're able to offer you one free certification course from CompTIA directly through our program. And once you complete this training, we then line you up with an internship through our partners that are engaging with us in our program. So we do facilitate placements for the students that are eligible for the ExperienceTech program. We don't guarantee placements. I want to just start off by that as well to say that, we have in our last round, I think our placement rate was about 30%, because we had a significant volume of applicants that came through. And so there's definitely, there's a success rate. It's not guaranteed, but we do have but the training is guaranteed. We will give you the training, the CompTIA course, as well as the training modules. The placement will be by demand through through the partners that we work with. And really the idea here is, you as a student and us as a university at Ryerson, our mandate as universities and post-secondary institutions is, we want to make you, we focus on the disciplines that you're enrolled in to help you become what I call subject matter experts at different levels. You can be an undergraduate level expert in, say, HR, or in mechanical engineering, or in biology. But really what we're doing is giving you the subject matter knowledge so that you have a really good comprehension of that discipline. However, as you kind of step out of the university and look to build a career, really the way the businesses are organized are what they call industries. So really our program is for you to make this transition from whatever discipline you're in at Ryerson. You can be in any discipline at Ryerson. The only thing we're looking for is talent that is students that are interested in working in this specific industry, the IT tech industry. And we've created this program with industry to help you make that transition easier into moving into that industry. So I want to acknowledge just individuals that have really kind of helped develop this program. So this program was crafted with industry, as I said. So these were individuals like our Rita Lonkar, who's our board chair, and others here that have actually supported our program and actually crafted a bunch of the training that I will highlight to you, so that students have a good context about the industry before you take that placement through us. And we've been working with them for the last 2 years to pull this program together and get it launched and reach this stage. So let's get into it. So our ExperienceTech program, we're looking at the deadline for students to apply is June 25th. And it is for students that are in their final year. So what do I mean by that? So for this round, we're looking for students that will be completing their degrees by the end of August 2021. Okay, so that means you should be in some sort of course right now, is like your final course that you're doing for your degrees, and that you will be finishing all the coursework for your degree program by August of 2021. So that's who's eligible to apply. So that's what I mean by being a final year student. And again, you can be a final year student in your undergraduate degree, or a master's degree, or a PhD degree. That is okay. Okay, so just want to start with that. And now in terms of the timeline, so right now the call for applications are open to you to apply by June 25th. As soon as we're able to verify your eligibility, that you are eligible for our September internship cohort, we will give you access to our training, and we'll also start circulating your application or your resume to our industry partners to look to secure internship interviews for you with our partner companies. Now, in terms, again, as we give you, as we confirm your eligibility to our program, right away we will give you access to our modules that we have in-house developed for our training, as well as that one CompTIA certification course that you've selected through the application process. Okay, and then you need to be eligible and available to do an internship for a minimum of 4 months from September to December 2021. And what we're able to kind of guarantee, if we are able to secure a placement for you, the salary that you can anticipate as a very minimum is $10,000 for the full 4 months. So it's about $2,500 a month that you would be getting as salary for this program. So again, it is an internship. It's not meant to get you, it's not meant to be a full-time role. So I do appreciate that the salary is on the low side for new grads, but it's really to get your foot in the door. And the idea here is that as you complete the internship and you become a new grad, with your performance in such an internship, you're able to then explore a full-time opportunity with the partner company or with another IT tech company as you're finishing this internship through us. And by having the training that we're giving you and the first job experience that we're giving you in the industry, the goal is that you'll be a more competitive candidate for full-time roles as you complete our program. So just I'm going to pause here just for a sec so you all can browse this. We ran our May round, and these are the titles of roles that were placed through our program. What I really want to show to you, this is not just for science and engineering students. We actually have a number of sales and marketing roles that were taken. So a lot of business students were hired through us from our program for placements. And then also an HR student was hired through us. And so the students that were in our cohort that were placed through us were, they came from FCAD, they came from TRSM, they came from FAW, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Engineering, Arts, and other faculties as well. So just giving you a sense that, we are looking to be a holistic program for the industry, and we're really looking for you as talent to consider it. You don't have to be a techie or a coder to be part of our program. You can just be in any degree you're in. You have interest in working in the IT tech industry, please apply to us if you're eligible for this round, and we'll have your application considered. And interestingly, there was a high demand for our marketing candidates, particularly from the business school as well as from FCAD, that were taken by our industry partners. So just want to highlight that. So again, our program is open to all students and all full-time final year students, as I've mentioned, but all programs are eligible to apply to us, students in all programs. So just to kind of give you, I'm going to kind of skip to a site. Hopefully it'll show. Jessica, if it's not showing, let me know. But I'll just show you my site in terms of, who are our partners, just to recognize them as well. These are companies that hired our our interns over the summer. So I just want to acknowledge and thank them, and also for you to know which companies are part of our partner pool at the moment. And we're continuously doing outreach in order to engage other companies in order to partner with them and get that work on securing internships for our students as well. All right. Sorry, give me a second. I'll make this full screen properly again. Okay, so then what I want to then next just kind of highlight for you is, okay, what is this training that we keep talking about with you? So the training that we're going to provide to you, again, as I said, is, so first off, it will be online and self-paced. So it's something that you can do on your own time. We won't be, having you show up at specific dates and times for you to, be able to take the training through us between June and August. You can do it on your own time. And our program and our training, especially the modules that you see here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 numbers, these are pass-fail modules. So that here we're not really looking to, give you a grade or anything. As long as you go through the training, you complete our evaluations that make sure that you actually went through the videos and are understanding the concepts that we share in these topics, where you're able to pass and move forward with this training. And then, so I'll just go through them just a little bit more detail. So our first module, just to kind of highlight for you, is the Canadian Tech Industry 101 module. So this is really like our two of our advisory board members, one from HP and the other one from Veritas. They designed this entire module for us, and they they helped develop the content, which was basically about, how is the IT tech industry structured? What are managed service providers? What are resellers? What are vendors? What kind of roles can you anticipate in the IT tech industry? And what do those roles do in the industry, and how they work? So it's a really good overview for the industry, especially, and they're, they did it in the context of Canada. They didn't just talk about globally. So you get a local understanding of how the IT tech industry works. The second module was done by a gentleman from Lenovo, who kind of highlights that, as new talent, as you think of being in the IT tech industry, what are some technologies or disruptions that you can anticipate in your career in the industry? So things like cybersecurity, AI, digital transformation, these topics are covered, and to help you get a better understanding of what they are and how they're impacting the IT tech industry. The third one came directly from our advisory board. So this was a great one from them, where they were saying, even if you're in engineering, or if you're, the coder in computer science, it's really important, if you're thinking of working for any business, that you understand how sales and accounts management works. And the reason for that is, at the end of the day, you're serving clients for that business by the technology, the new algorithm you're helping develop, or the new user experience you're developing, or any of that. So it's really important you understand that, what does it take for a company to actually get a client that is actually going to use their product or service, and then also understand, how do you maintain a client in terms of providing the service efficiently and effectively and with great customer service. So we have a module that kind of highlights that for students, to give them a sense of what to expect and how to support such a function at a company. The fourth module that we will students get access to through us is focused on transferable skills. So here, this is a module we developed through the program, and here we actually have scenarios of employee and manager interactions, where we give you a scenario of, what a good interaction looks like and what a bad interaction looks like for various topics. So one example is, you're asked to do a task that you didn't really understand how to do that task. Then what do you do about that? Like, how do you make that work? And how do you communicate that to your manager? So we've created a couple of scenarios where, one, it wasn't communicated well between the student and the employee and the manager, and in the other scenario was done well. And we ask you to reflect on what it took and what skills it takes for you to be that effective communicator with your employer. The fifth one I'll jump to at the end. The sixth one I'll talk about, we do have a few modules around equity, diversity, and inclusion. So really for you to understand what that is, and how to be like in your own actions and in your own activities that you do, have that context of, how to be inclusive and respectful of diversity and equity in the work that you do for an employer, and in general in your professional career and personal life as well. And then the last one I'll talk about is really like the partnership we have with CompTIA, which is they've been very generous and supportive of our program. Is that they're giving one CompTIA certification course for free to every eligible student that will be part of our ExperienceTech program. So what does that mean? So that means that the bullet point list you see on the right, these are all the certification courses CompTIA offers. So CompTIA has an extensive training program, and just to highlight that, they go through a lot of they do a lot of surveys with industry with the IT tech industry to design these courses, and they continue to update them as well on a regular basis. So you're really getting and when you're getting a certification course from them, you're getting something that is recognized by industry as valuable in terms of the course, the certificates that they have. So what do you get as part of our program? Is that you would get a self-paced learning access to one of these certification courses. You will get one exam covered, and you will get one retake covered as part of our program. And again, as soon as we deem that we're able to verify you're eligible for our September round of internships, we would then work to get you access to this CompTIA course, and for you to get started on actually taking it and doing it and completing it. Hopefully by the end of August. If not, we do open a little bit of leeway that while you're doing the September internship, or we're still looking to place you for internships, you have some leeway into September at times. For an extra month or so we can give you to complete this, because some of them do take a bit of effort for you to work through and get trained on and then complete. Okay, so that's really what we're offering to you as a package under the Tech Talent Accelerator for the training that we will give to you. And really this is meant to complement any discipline you're in. We're looking to simply orient you towards this priority industry that is looking to hire a lot of people in the near future, and is really booming with jobs and careers and looking for talent that are able to kind of comprehend the industry and navigate it well and get into it and move forward in it. So just in terms of timelines, I think we did mention these. So just to kind of reiterate these, our deadline is June 25th for you to apply to us if you are eligible. Our interview process is that you have to be ready to interview through us between June and August. You will get an email from us which will be tagged as time sensitive in the subject, and your name will be on that subject to say a company has picked you to interview you for this internship. At that stage, you can review the internship that you're being considered for, and if you like the internship and you're able to take it, you would then respond to us and say, yes, I'm interested in the internship, and this is my availability for the interview. And then within 2 business days of your response, we have the interview scheduled between you and our company partner. You do the interview with the company partner that we have, and then we basically look for the company to decide whether you'll be selected for the internship or not. So once you're selected, there's a whole process in place for you to sign an offer letter through us with the company, and then get onboarded into that placement for September of 2021. Okay, so what's really important here, I do want to say, if you're an individual that's really looking for this like one specific type of job in the postings that I showed you, we're really not a program for you. So we do have we're looking for students that are looking to get any experience possible in the industry. So really, you will let the employer, you'll see the postings that we share with you, with an open mind, and as long as it roughly fits your discipline and your interest in the industry, you'd be willing to consider it for taking that on as an internship. We do have like a policy in which that, you know, if you reject more than 2 interviews through us, you know, at our discretion, we will ask you to withdraw from our program, because it takes an enormous amount of effort on our end to regularly engage our industry partners and bring them to the table to consider you for internships. So if there will be that very niche selection that you'll be looking for, really, like, we may not be the right program for you to pursue if you're looking for that. So please, you know, when you're applying to us, keep an open mind about the placement that you'll be offered. You will be offered a placement based on an employer reviewing your resume, reviewing their need and their business, and thinking that you may be a good fit for them in covering that need at an entry level. And that's why they're interviewing you. So you are being considered by the employer, thinking that you fit a good need that they have. So hope you'll consider that as you make that decision for interviews, if you're moving forward with us. And then just to kind of highlight, as soon as we show that you're eligible with us, we'll take probably a couple of days from the end of the application deadline. And then if you're eligible, you'll get an email from us giving you access to our modules that are on this platform called Talent LMS. And then we'll also, within 2 weeks of the deadline, we'll facilitate you getting access to the certification course as well. And then there is a wage subsidy piece that we do with employers. So we do try to work with employers to reduce the cost to them. So you are getting paid a minimum of $10,000 for 4 months. There are programs that are federally funded that we can go after, that the employer only has to pay, say, $5,000 of that. And we're able to get $5,000 from, say, Tech Nation. We use ICTC. They're a fabulous partner of ours. So we use them for our internship wage subsidy. So I'm bringing this up for you, is that, you know, this won't really show you this will be if you're able to secure an internship with us. After that, we'll be working with you to submit such an application. We'll give you clear instructions of what we need from you for the employer to get those wage subsidies. So just wanting to highlight that may happen. And the internship itself, which our goal is that your internship would start beginning of September, and it will be at a minimum of 4 months. And really, at the end of the internship, we're hoping that you perform amazingly well at the company. Either that company wants to keep you on if they have a budget for it, or at minimum, they're able to give you a fabulous reference for you to pursue other opportunities in the industry with the experience you gain through our program. So this is just a slide to highlight, you know, you can be in any program. I just copy pasted the undergraduates one, but if you're in a graduate program, that works. The only one caveat I do want to mention very clearly to you is that, you know, for our programs, if you're an undergraduate student or a graduate student, be it in a thesis, as a graduate program, if you're in a thesis or a course-based program, you have to be a domestic student in order for you to be eligible with us, and that's because of the wage subsidies that we go after. This is their restriction. If you're an international student, we can only look at working with you and getting you a placement if you're a thesis-based graduate student. Then you're eligible to apply to us as well. So there is that caveat. Again, you know, this is not a distinction that we've made ourselves. You know, the wage subsidy funders we work with, and to convince employers to hire our students, they've created this restriction. So we're following that so that we can secure the right wage subsidies for the employers that we work with. We are open to all disciplines, and the internship takes place as the student completes their degree. So this has no impact on you completing your degree. You will complete your degree as you've planned by the end of August. As long as you've done your coursework for your degree, you should be applying to complete. And that's actually one of our eligibility requirements, that you prove to us that you've applied to graduate. You will be completing that degree. And this program kind of sits on top of your degree. It's not meant to be linked to your degree in any way. So there's no barrier in you graduating if you participate in our program. So then I'll kind of speak a bit more in that eligibility piece with this slide here. So again, as graduate students, you know, if you're thesis based, you have to have all your coursework requirements and your research completed by August 31st, 2021. If you're a thesis-based graduate student, you can be in your writing phase after August 31st, 2021. What you have to be able to do is manage writing your thesis for your graduate program and doing a full-time internship from September to August. That is something that you'll need to manage. And we are very clearly, we are looking for you to looking for you to confirm this through your thesis supervisor. So we have a document that you'll need to have signed in your application submission to us for you to be seen as eligible. Okay, so we need your supervisor on board with what you're applying to us for. And if there's a need for that supervisor to connect with our program to get a better understanding of it, please feel free to connect them to us or write us an email, and we can help facilitate a conversation where we give them a better sense of the program if they need that. Okay. Now, if you're a course-based graduate student, so these are the MEng students, for example, in engineering, you need to be completing most of your coursework or your MRP or whatever you're working on in the summer by end of August, and you should be graduating in the fall term. And all we need from you is a RAMS application to graduate proof. Again, this is only open to domestic students, just the way the nature of the funding works. With the wage subsidies, we're only able to open it to domestic students. If you're a graduate student, so this is where you're in like the final term of your degree program as an undergraduate student, and you will be completing all your coursework for your degree by August of 2021. That's when you're eligible. And then again, the same thing is you need to apply for a proof apply for application to graduate proof that you'll be graduating in the fall term. So we do have a question that comes up a lot where, if I graduated in the winter term, am I eligible to apply for this round? So unfortunately, at this time, you're not. If our eligibility changes, we will kind of inform, especially the individuals that are in this, who have RSVP'd and joined this information session. If anything changes with our eligibility, where we are considering individuals that graduated in the winter term, we will communicate that out to you and give you ample time to apply to us. If that changes, there is a possibility, but at the moment, just the way the volume of students we have and the number of partners we have, it's important that we manage that. And at the moment, it's only open to students that are finishing, that are current students right now in this term, in the spring summer term, and will be finishing their coursework by the end of the term and be graduating in the fall term. For undergraduate students, that's the eligibility, and also for course-based graduate students. The other eligibility is really linked to our program. If you're applying to us, so by applying to us, you're committing to actually complete the training that I've described to you between June and August. That is critical for us that you do complete that training. That's the basis on which we're communicating to the employers that you are actually industry ready to be working in their company in the IT tech industry. So you do have to complete this industry informed training that I've described to you between June and August, and also that CompTIA certification course. Okay, and then you also need to be available to take this internship on from September to December for a minimum of a 4-month period that we would be facilitating. Okay, so this is also a critical eligibility. And also want to mention, as I mentioned in the previous slide, you need to be open to a variety of opportunities that may be presented to you. You may not get the specific role you're looking for, but you'll get, hopefully we're able to land you an experience in the industry to get your foot in the door and build some experience and references through our program, so that you can then better navigate the industry from then onwards through our program. So that's, sorry, I skipped the slide. So I'll actually get into, okay, so now that I've given you all this information, that's a lot that I've just kind of given to you, but I'm just gonna go through, what is it that you need to do in the application form. So please don't leave it for the last minute. Don't leave it for the 24th or the 25th to start working on this application. You won't be able to submit it on time. It does require a bit of kind of planning and completing of tasks for you to then properly submit an application to us. So one, please, as I described to you, make sure that you're eligible as from the previous slides that I've described to you. Now let's talk about your resume. So a resume is really our main tool, one of our main tools. We've added a couple more, but really this is the main item that we present to the employers for them to consider you for an internship. So this needs to be of high quality. So please don't just piece this together in a day and give it to us. We have some incredible career consultants in all your faculties that are from the Career Center. If you're in the business school, you have the Business Career Hub. They're amazing career consultants. They're really good at reviewing resumes and helping you improve them. Please see if you can get an appointment with them, get them to look at your resume, and make sure it's of high quality as you submit to us. You know, we will decline your application if we see that it was a very poor quality resume that was submitted to us. So please, this is our main way that we're presenting you to our employer partners. We want to show them, you know, the best that you're able to give us in terms of your resume quality, so that, you know, they see value in engaging and reviewing those resumes and also then selecting students to interview. Okay, the way you save it, there needs to be a specific way you save it. It needs to be a PDF file. It has to be last name, comma, space, first name that you save it as. And then you upload it when you are submitting the Google Form application to us. Now, just in terms of privacy considerations, this is really important. We will have to send back the resume to you if you don't follow this for us. We do not want your phone number. We don't need your email. We don't need your home address on this resume. It will be publicly, it will be circulated widely across the industry and across our partners. So it's really important that you are removing any personal contact information on it. The way the companies contact you is through us. So we have a very simple process through which we're able to get the company to select candidates through us, and then we are able to connect with the candidate. And once you accept an interview for a specific internship opportunity, at that time we will share your email with the company in a calendar invite for the interview. That's with your consent. Once you submit a form to us saying you're interested in that internship opportunity and you want to be interviewed, we then have your consent to actually share your email address with the company and have you scheduled for an interview. And we share their email with you in that process as well. So it's really important that you're removing your home address, email, and phone number on it. I'm repeating this many times just so that you're clear on it. So please, the only thing we want on this is your city and province that you're in. So in general, I would imagine you're all Ryerson students, so it should be either Toronto, Ontario, or Brampton, Ontario, or Mississauga, or something like that. So just keep that in mind. And again, as I said, you know, this is our main way that a company is evaluating whether they want to consider you for an internship they have. So your resume, it needs to be a resume. Don't set especially if you're a graduate student, you know, you're probably used to having, you probably must have a CV with a whole bunch of publications and all that in it. Really, that's not something you share with send to employers in industry. It needs to be a max 2-page resume. Again, very much thought through about, you know, okay, thinking of the IT tech industry, you know, what projects can I highlight, what coursework that I did, or the language of coding that I know, or the writing skills that I have, you know, what is it that I want to highlight to IT tech employer, and really spend a bit of time making those resumes catered to the IT tech industry. Please, you know, I imagine, you know, if you please Google this, Google resumes for the IT tech industry, look at some sample job postings in the tech industry if you like, as a way to, you know, get a good understanding of, you know, what kind of skills they look for, so that you make sure you reference your skills relating to such items. Okay, so again, that's my rant a bit on the resume. This is our main way we're presenting you to them. Let's put our best foot forward in presenting you in the best light possible to be considered for these internships. We do ask you for an unofficial transcript, and this is all just to verify your application to graduate, and also verify the program you're in. So again, we don't need an official one. It's a simple PDF off of RAMS you download and you upload for our form. So in this round, we've added 2 new ways for you to present yourself to the employer partners that we have. So one is a text way. So instead of a lengthy cover letter, we're giving you 650 characters to fill, and there's a restriction in our Google form. You can't submit more characters than that in that box. Write us a small paragraph about why you're a good fit for the IT tech industry, and describe yourself and your abilities that align with the IT tech industry. Okay, so that's important. So that's one element that you need to, again, this is not something you can open the Google form and write in 5 minutes before the deadline. Please, open a Word document, write this, maybe send it to a few friends that can maybe read it over, give you feedback, or get a career consultant to look at it if you're able to get an appointment with them. And then, make it a very polished 650 character text that you're putting forward to us. And then also we wanted to also give a bit of more of a colorful presentation of our candidates to the employers. So we wanted to do a little video that we're asking of you. It's a 1-minute video where we're asking you to briefly introduce yourself and answer a very generic interview question that almost many interviews the individuals are asked this question. So if your manager asks you to complete or do a task project and you don't know how to do it, what do you do? And please, this shouldn't be, I can appreciate a number of you are probably highly proficient in video editing and putting some really fancy videos together. Really, like, we won't accept any of that. It needs to be a very raw video clip. You hit record, you introduce yourself, you respond to the question, you stop the record button. And all of this needs to be within 60 seconds. If it's beyond 60 seconds, again, we'll send it back to you. We'll give you maybe one chance to fix it if we have the bandwidth to do it, or we may reject your application if it doesn't meet that time limit. So again, 1-minute video, introduce yourself briefly, and respond to this interview question in the video. And again, again, thinking about putting yourself in the best light to an employer, please consider, dressing well, business casual minimum, and, having a good background or a virtual background. This is what an employer is going to see from you, and again, considering you for an internship. So please do give thought to that as you record this 1-minute video. And again, this is not something you'll be able to do in last minute. Please give some thought to this. And then the last thing we'll ask of you in the application form that we need you to decide is, the CompTIA certification course that you want to take. So don't just select this randomly. Please go on the CompTIA website. They have a certification section where they give a whole bunch of details about their courses. So it's important you review that and make sure, if you're not in a tech discipline, so if you're not doing computer science or engineering, you may not want to take Security Plus, because that's a very technical certification. You need to do a few prerequisites to do it. So maybe you start off with the IT Fundamentals Plus is one example of a certification course that should give you a lot more familiarity with the IT industry. So please do consider that as you select the certification course you want to take. Okay, you'll have one chance to tell us which one that is, and then we'll be looking to give you access within a 2-week period once we confirm you're eligible. So that's the application form. I'm going to now request Jessica. I think we can turn off the recording as well as the live stream, and then really we get into questions and answers of the group here to try and answer all of them. And I can start looking at this